Welcome to the podcast series Africast. Allow us to introduce ourselves. We are Jaimee,
Marius, and Patrick.
And we are students of the Technical University of Munich with different study backgrounds. Africa is an emerging continent. In particular, Ghana is one of the fastest growing economies worldwide. We would like to raise awareness for the academic environment in Ghana. But why do we focus only on Ghana? Last year, the Technical University of Munich established a scientific collaboration with different universities in Ghana. We have the impression that there's a lot of potential for more people to learn about this. So we hope that this podcast sparks your personal interest and that you share it with your friends and family if you liked it. And now, enjoy.
Welcome. We have a special guest today. So thanks for being here with us today. Can you maybe introduce yourself to the audience?
Right. Thank you for having me. My name is Dr. Samuel Dodoo, and I'm born in Ghana. I grew up in Ghana, and I came to KNUST when I had to do my master degree my bachelor degree first in BSc Physics. Afterwards, I moved to Germany to pursue my master program. Okay. Luckily, I had the opportunity to join a program called Polymer Science in the master program. It was jointly offered by the Technical University of Berlin, the Humboldt University of Berlin, Free University, and also University of Potsdam. So you could see it's very interesting that at the end you have certificate from all these four big universities.
Four universities?
4 universities.
Okay, so it was like a joint program in Berlin with four universities.
And after I was done, I had an offer to pursue my PhD at the Technical University of Berlin. And I was also given a teaching assistant position. So whilst I was pursuing my PhD, I was also taking care of students in terms of preparing them for their questions, exams, also lectures, marking their scripts, and also supervising their lab works.
Okay, so you also have some experience in academia here in Germany.
I did.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess when I was finished, I had opportunity to return back to Ghana, where there was a position waiting for me at the physics department. And there I took up the position as a lecturer, and I worked with the Department of Physics for 5 years.
Yeah, at KNUST in
At the
Kumasi.
KNUST in Ghana, yes. There, during that time, I also had opportunity to pursue MBA in finance because apart from the lecture day-to-day activities, I was given responsibility which are administrative. So I had to sharpen my skills in business techniques, and I had to do MBA. And this was very good. So I attended the KNUST School of Business, and I had an MBA in finance.
So you went like a new direction then. You already had a PhD in polymer research, a very technical topic. And then you decided to do an MBA on top. At the KNUST,
it also makes the work also much easier because it helps you to really plan your things carefully, and also the research you are doing, their impact or their benefit in terms of economic environment. And this is what really helped me. Yeah. And also having to work with a lot of groups under you. You have PhD students, you have master students, and how to have good human relation, HR techniques, and how to manage groups and be a good leader. It helps very well. Time management and also project management. So these are very interesting things.
So you're saying that also helped you on your way into your work life then?
It did a lot. It did a lot.
So what did you do after the MBA?
Right. After the MBA, I was faced with a situation whereby I had to decide to come back to Germany because my family wanted to rather live in Germany rather than living in Ghana. So after 5 years working at the KNUST, I came to Germany. And here I had the opportunity of working with a company called MGM Trading and Engineering. MGM is a big company which is involved in the construction and also engineering and project management. So I am the certified project manager for this company, and I do a lot of project management, stakeholder management, coordination, project controlling and all that, and this is what I do.
Yeah.
Also, we have projects all over the world. Though we are based in Ghana, we have projects here in Berlin as well.
Yeah. And what kind of projects do you do at MGM?
At MGM, I undertake the project coordination, project documentation, also project controlling to make sure cost and risk management, and also make sure that everything is, the scheduling, the timing, and everything is done according to the project plan.
Yeah. Okay, so moving to our next topic, you have a lot of knowledge in the areas of renewable energy and also in the area of infrastructure. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about the infrastructure in Ghana and what it looks like.
Right. The infrastructure in Ghana has, over the past 10 years, increased very tremendously. This is because the government is pumping a lot of investment. Currently, Ghana has about 5 airports. Then we have 2 ports and harbors. Ghana has also a wide range of paved road network. At the same time, when we're looking at international entry points, we also can talk about this trans-Atlantic road network, which is at the southern part of Ghana, connecting to the neighboring countries like Togo, like Benin, Nigeria, and also up north to Burkina Faso.
Oh, so they're building a highway through all the different countries in West Africa.
All there. Ghana is also at the special location because some of the countries up north are landlocked, so most of their goods come through the ports of Tema, and then they are shipped or cargoes are transited to these places through our roads in Accra all the way to the north.
Yeah. So the ports in Ghana, the harbors, have a lot of economic activity.
These economic activities are really booming up a lot, and they provide a lot of revenue for increasing more development in this area. We can also talk about general infrastructure like hospitals, schools, also universities. These have increased a lot over the past years, and it is also making the economic growth in Ghana also increase very fast. Ghana is known as one of the fastest growing economy in Africa, and this is due to our infrastructure development.
So you're saying because there's so much investment into infrastructure.
Exactly.
Yeah. And telecommunication infrastructure is
in fact,
also
telecommunication is also booming. Now Ghana is operating in the 4G network, and it's really doing well. We have international companies like Vodafone and other MTN and other companies which are in Ghana, Airtel, Tigo, and these are all big companies, and they are really increasing the infrastructure in terms of telecommunication.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. So, what is the infrastructure like for people in Ghana in everyday life?
Well, it is good, especially when you are in the big cities like Accra, Kumasi, and then the regional capitals. Road networks are very good, but then when you move to the hinterlands, to the rural areas, the villages, we have some of the roads which are unpaved, and these make mobility very difficult for people living within these areas. Visiting hospitals are very difficult because when it rains, the roads become very muddy, and if you have normal cars, not SUVs or 4x4 drives, it is difficult to go to such areas.
Okay, so you're saying the weather makes driving on the road when it's unpaved very difficult.
Driving on the roads a lot, and as well as the people also have difficulty also moving to their farms to move their produce from the farm to the urban areas, and this also impacts economic activity in the adverse way, because if roads access are there, the goods can move quickly to the urban areas where the selling of the will increase. But if there are bad roads, most of the produce remain in the villages or in the farm, and the farmers don't get a good price for their work. But then also in the big cities, there's scarcity, and this drive costs. And then it's not affecting, it's not helping people.
So it has a lot of economic impacts when the road gets wet, basically.
Exactly.
Well,
when we're talking about local infrastructure in terms of mobility, Ghana also have Lake Volta, where we have ferries on the Lake Volta, which also help people to move along the Lake Volta, communities along the Volta River. There are ferries at Yiji and also Kujukrom, which people use them a lot.
Okay.
We have about 168 kilometers of waterway on the Lake Volta,
really?
and this is really good.
Okay.
We have railway, but this is mostly in the western region from Sekondi, Takoradi, the port city, to Kumasi through Takwa and Obuasi. These areas were important during the time of the construction because minerals were produced from these areas or are still mined, like bauxite, also manganese. So the rails were just designed to carry goods from this area to the port.
Okay, so you're saying the railway is not that much used for passenger transport?
Currently, no. There's only a short stretch from Accra to Tema, which is about 20 kilometers, which are meant for passenger. But then mostly from Accra to Kumasi, using the eastern region, we have only for goods. But there is a lot of unused railway service now. Though the lines are there, they are in a bad state. So the government is planning to rehabilitate this rail line so that it can also increase the mobility of people and goods.
Okay. You mentioned Lake Volta, which is, when you look at the map, a very huge lake on the eastern part of Ghana. Why is there this huge lake in Ghana?
Right. This lake flows all the way from up north, from Burkina Faso through down to Accra or to Tema. And this lake is, as I said, is the largest artificial lake in Africa or in the world, I would say, per surface area.
Yeah.
And it is one of the major source of energy to Ghana because we have our dam, which is providing us hydroelectric power. And currently Ghana is producing roughly 4,000 megawatts of electricity. And mostly these are exported to the neighboring countries like Togo, Benin, Ivory Coast, and also to Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
Right. There's energy also. We also have thermal plants, and also we have wind energy and then also solar energy. All these add up to the total energy production in Ghana.
So a lot of renewable energy sources, as you're saying, thermal energy, solar, wind. And
currently, the fraction is low, but we are hoping to increase more and more, especially in the wind and also the solar.
Yeah. And most of the hydropower comes from the dam on Lake Volta.
Exactly. Now we have the Akosomo Dam. We also have one up there, Bui Dam, and they are producing a lot of power for Ghana, and we are increasing more and more.
And so the government is also investing money into building more renewable energy sources in Ghana.
Yes, we have currently one of the largest solar farm in the southern part, in the western region, near Axim, and it is known as one of the largest solar farm within the African region. And this is boosting our energy supply to the nation, and this we are hoping that more and more such projects will be developed so that we can increase more energy supply.
Okay, so you're saying solar power is a big topic in Ghana right now, and
it is, and not just Ghana, but within the West African region as well as other African countries, because everybody is concerned about the environment. So we are trying to make sure our energy mix is coming as well from the renewable energy, so that we can tap into this.
Yeah, that's very interesting that there's a lot happening in this area. And maybe going back to mobility and infrastructure, are there also changes in that area that are happening right now?
Yes, currently the mobility needs of Ghana is changing, where we have urban centers with people always moving from work to home within short distances as well as long distances. There are different kind of vehicles which are used. Currently we have, for long distances, we have state-owned buses like the STC, State Transport Corporation, and also the Metro Mass Transport. These are owned by the government, and they move people for long journeys, about 500 kilometers within the regional capitals. Aside this, we have the minibuses called normally Trotro. They also plow the regional capitals. We have taxi within short distances. There are also tricycles within the cities where people use for conveying of goods from the house or maybe from the market centers to one place or the other. So the various mobility is increasing.
So a lot of different vehicles.
Yeah, various vehicles are coming. And then we are also looking at the future. Electric vehicles are also...
E-mobility.
E-mobility is a topic which is coming up strongly. Currently in Ghana, the infrastructure in Ghana boosts or also supports e-mobility. I will talk of Accra because we have charging stations in Accra where electric cars can be charged. Of course, one success is this aCar project, which the KNUST, in collaboration with other African university, supported the Technical University of Munich, who came up with the project. And this has been a success. For the past 4 to 5 years, the project has really seen a new startup company giving birth to called the Evum Motors GmbH, right here in Munich.
Here in Germany. You worked on the aCar project.
Yes, I worked on the project.
As you said, it was with the TUM and the KNUST.
Exactly.
And now the startup Evum Motors came out.
Exactly. Now, the engineers behind this project are Martin Zotter and his colleague Sascha Koberstaedt. And they were able to come up with this project, and the investees and also the advisors help for this project to see the day of light. They have produced different prototypes. The first prototype was launched or was tested on the KNUST campus in 2017. And also 2018, they produced another prototype. The second prototype was produced. Now they've come up with further prototypes, and very soon they are also about to exhibit a new prototype in the coming trade fair, which is the EAA in September.
Yeah, the IAA, the IAA in Frankfurt.
Exactly.
And these are fully electric vehicles?
These are fully electric vehicles which can go up to 100 to 200 kilometers.
And what makes them special?
What makes them special because they mix from charging as well as having a solar panel on top of the roof, which extends the coverage or the range of... When they are fully charged, they can go as up to 200 kilometers. They have a speed of about 60 to 70 kilometers per hour, which is good for commuting between within the cities, also from farm also to the urban centers.
Yeah.
Right. The advantage it has is because they want to produce it here in Germany and as well transfer the know-how also to Africa to produce, and there will be local content, meaning that the infrastructure will be such that people can also form the parts, which is the metal framework. Sophisticated parts of it will come from Germany, like the battery and some of the electric parts, but then most of the hardwares will come from Africa, and this will reduce the price greatly.
So it will be built in the region,
basically. In the region. It will provide jobs for people. It will also provide avenue for research for people who are doing engineering and mechanical engineering to study more about vehicle and mobility.
Yeah. Right. So then the big question, of course, is affordability. Can people in Ghana afford this aCar, this electric car?
It is possible because people who are living in the urban centers are so concerned about the environmental needs, in terms of the cleanliness of the atmosphere. So they are ready to even pay a little bit more for electric mobility. Apart from that, because the car will be produced locally in Ghana, this will make it affordable. Now they are looking at a maximum price of 10,000 euros.
10,000 euros.
And this is very good compared to most of the conventional SUVs which are in town.
That sounds...
Because
that's cheaper than most electric cars.
It's most cheaper compared to the SUVs which are in town. So it's an advantage. And I'm sure the potential for this car is very huge in Africa. And we are looking forward for partners. My company, MGM Trading Engineering, is hoping to even get investors who might be interested to partner us to start the production in Africa from 2021.
That sounds very interesting. So if anybody listening wants to work on the project, join the project of electric vehicles in West Africa, you know who to contact.
Definitely.
And we are kind of running out of our time, unfortunately, right now. We heard about a lot of the interesting topic. Infrastructure in Ghana is a huge topic. Thank you for all the information you have given us as an expert. It was great hearing from you.
Thank you very much for also having me, and I look forward to working with you together.
Yeah, it was great to have you here today.
Thank you.
And to our listeners, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Africast podcast, and we also hope to see you again in the next one.